Hi, this is Wesley.
This is Kashina.
And we would like to welcome you to the Underground Geek Shack.
Whew.
Oh boy.
The weather lately, man.
I know, right?
It's good anime watching weather.
Oh, definitely.
But definitely not whether you want to walk outside.
Oh no. So, hey, do you want to know something?
What, Wesley?
This is a body worth fighting for.
So, for those of you who don't know, this past season has been a interesting season for anime.
Yeah.
Gotta say, we went from barely any anime to, oh my god, all the anime.
Yep.
And we decided for this month's blind anime pick, we were going to do
Cells at Work Code Black.
Oh yeah, I keep saying
Code Black. Not just black. That'd just be weird.
Cells at Work Code Black. Because let me tell you, I've actually been so excited for an anime adaptation of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I read the manga when it
Well,
first
did you
came
read
out.
the first volume of it, I would say?
Yeah, I read the first and second volume of it when they first released.
Okay.
Like, I binged it. It was funny. Let me tell you this quick story, then we'll get into it.
Mm-hmm.
The way I read the manga, I was on a Walmart shopping trip. The shopping trip lasted 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Out of curiosity, this was shortly after I watched the original Cells at Work.
Yeah.
Like, this is literally right after I watched Cells at Work, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
My mom went to go get her tires fixed at Walmart, and then we went inside, and she's like, okay, we're going to do a little bit of shopping. I just finished the first season, and I said, I wonder if there's a manga to it. And I found out that there is a manga. There's also a spin-off manga.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, ooh, goody goody.
Oh no.
Let me read it. And I read the first 10 chapters all within that 30 minutes. I went through an emotional roller coaster.
As did I, but only with the anime.
Only with the anime. And let me tell you, later on, I'm going to tell you, the anime,
That's one hell of a roller coaster.
it did the manga justice. All
I
right.
would hope so.
Alright then, so, what is Cells at Work Code Black? Do you want to give the summary?
Nah, you go ahead and give the summary.
You think I do a better job than it? Gotcha. Alright
I
then.
would just be a puddle of tears.
Dude, I feel you, man. Okay. Cells at Work Code Black. Basically, take the gist of Cells at Work, the original, but put all of these, put all the cells in everybody into an unhealthy body. So you almost have the same cast. You kind of do. They have the same jobs and same stuff like that, except
Now it's more of a stressful environment.
because this takes place in the body of an unhealthy, overworked Japanese salaryman. And if you know how salarymen work themselves in Japan, oh buddy, yeah, it gets intense. The people themselves, they go through a lot, but your body goes through so much. Actually, another side tangent. Seeing how this body went through reminds me of how I felt when I was going through college. Especially when it came to deadlines for projects and stuff like that. And I was stressing out because I had multiple studio classes that I needed to get work done for. It was just non-stop stress.
Oh no, I know how that is because I'm still in college.
I would say, yeah, you're still in college.
And, always having to do all these papers for all these other classes, and then even with the communication side of things, also having to, get audio stuff done for them, or trying to get videos in on time, and make sure that they're edited properly, and having, everything be put to what they actually need.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's pretty stressful, because then, I'm also over here, being okay, gotta have everything in order, and then I have to render out the video, and sometimes the video takes probably 3 hours to render, and it's due by midnight, and you're come on, dangnabbit, I need you to render, and then you're halfway asleep, and you're sitting here bobbing up and down, trying to stay awake, going to almost midnight, and you're just I just need it to render.
This sounds like a very specific story, Wesley. I'm assuming that this is all hypothetical, of course. Yeah, this is a hypothetical situation?
Yes. But the good thing is, I got it in on time.
He said, all that ends is well, at least I got it done.
And I passed the class with an A or a B, I forget the grade, but I passed the class.
So imagine how that felt for you. And that was just a short amount, within a span of a week, let's say. That's how you felt.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but an everyday struggle as a Japanese salaryman.
Oh no.
Now imagine what that does to the body over a period of maybe a month or 2.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, because it hurt us when we went through it. So, my overall thoughts before we go into the deeper details of this episode. My overall thoughts of this series. Oh boy. Just after watching Cells at Work and then reading Cells at Work Code Black, it was a massive jump. And even more of a massive jump when actually watching it. Because before this, I rewatched Cells at Work. I watched like a couple of episodes of season 1. Just so I can get back into the groove of it and remember the tone of Cells at Work. And let me tell you, Cells at Work Code Black, I never thought I would cry.
Think of it kind of like this. Cells at Work, the original, season 1, Cells at Work, is all light, happy, and fluffy. Think of it like an egg.
He said, think of it like an egg. So it's a fluffy scrambled egg.
Yes. And then you have Code Black.
It's fried.
That egg is fried. Like burnt. Crispy burnt.
I would say it's crispy burnt. No signs of recovery.
Another way we can think about this, and I know we've made a lot of Persona references in the past.
This is Wesley's Persona. This is Wesley's story, but happening to me.
So think of Cells at Work, the original, as Persona 4 Golden.
Yes.
And then all that light and happy and everything, you think, oh, only one bad thing happened, it's alright. And then jump into Cells at Work Code Black, basically Persona 3.
So for those of you who don't know, or who haven't listened to the second episode of our podcast,
not our Tokyo ESP. We're talking about back when we were known as In Between the Lines.
Back when we was going as In Between the Lines. For those of you who don't know, Wesley, the way he went through the Persona series, he went through it backwards. He started with Persona 5.
Yep. Because that's the one that you were with.
Persona 5 Vanilla.
Yeah.
And then he got curious, and then he went back and watched the rest of the Persona series. So he went from Persona 5 to Persona 4 Golden to Persona 3. It wasn't Fess.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, sorry.
You got the question and the answer with that.
Yeah, so he went in that exact order. And so, remember everything that happened in Persona 5. There was a couple of, like, bumpy roads, but the tone of the overall story it wasn't too dark, but it wasn't, like, playful either.
Yeah.
There was some seriousness to it. And then Persona 4 Golden, it was all light and delightful, and it felt like a sitcom, but you have to remember, there is murders going on, and there is a dark side to this story, and then this tone shifted to darkness when Nanako got sent to the hospital, and we thought that she was going to die. Like, it got serious at that one point, but then, like, it went back to being all cheerful and delightful.
Yep.
Now remember Persona 3. His adventures through Persona was my adventures with Cells at Work. Cells at Work, the original, there's 2 episodes where it gets kind of like serious and sad. We're talking about the cancer cell episode and the last episode where I want to say an outside foreign object got implanted into the person's body and they started to bleed out. Mm-hmm. Those were the 2 episodes where I got really scared.
Yeah.
But then it went back to being lightful, light, and playful. Code Black, no. It started off as, it's gonna be playful and delightful. Haha, wrong. Everything is wrong. Everything is sad. You're overworked and stressed. Get used to it. And you're like, oh yeah, this is definitely Persona 3. We're not here as friends. We just work together. But no, I feel like that is a good comparison. So sorry, I had to explain that to y'all. That was a side tangent, but I hope you all...
I had to bring it up. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was going to bring it up later on anyway, so I'm glad you were the one that brought it up. Now you can't say I was the one that did it.
True.
So, yes, this is an educational anime where you learn about the body, but this is in the body of an unhealthy person. So, remember when I said that I never thought I would cry? Let's just say,
a lot, though.
I started crying second episode. This is a 13-episode anime.
Yeah.
I was in for a ride.
Oh, yeah. I think I cried maybe twice.
You barely cried, Wesley.
Twice. I want to say twice.
Your crying compared to my crying is different. I break down. You just shed a single tear.
Well, only one time did I shed a single tear. but that tear turned into 2 tears.
Oh,
and that was what happened with Gramps, and then also seeing what happened to the liver and what was going on with that. The other time was what happened to our best friend for the blood cell.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, as you can obviously tell, we're going to be talking about the entire series, and we're going to be talking about everything that's basically happened. So yeah, in case you guys wanted to watch it before listening to us talk about it, yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler, warning, alert.
A lot of people die.
Yes. Also, these cells do not have names. Like, physical names.
So, it's weird how we call them. Gramps, if you guys have seen it, Gramps is the older red blood cell that's from episode 2. We have the main character's best friend. Like, we'll be calling the main character.
Or glasses.
And then we have main character's best friend, which we will now refer to as Blondie.
Yep.
Then we have Mrs. White Blood Cell, who will forever be known as Mrs. White Blood Cell. I love it.
And then you got Chief White Blood Cell, Eye Patch.
Like, we'll be coming up with nicknames for it. So, first off, let's talk about the scenes that really did make me, like, really sad and almost cried. A couple of these I did actually cry in. Death of Gramps.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But he went out the best way he could.
He went out happy. Yep. Which, it's so sad to think about it. Like, that whole episode was actually really melancholic, because these blood cells, they really do work really hard within this body specifically. You see their work environment. There's plaque everywhere. The plaque is supposed to represent cholesterol buildup and stuff like that in your arteries. Like, so I don't know. When I was younger, because I lived with my grandparents, I used to watch a lot of. I'm used to seeing advertisements about bad cholesterol and stuff like that being clogged up in your arteries and stuff like that. And I've been told, and I've been told, watch your cholesterol and stuff like that. And as a child, you always think to yourself, what is that? That sounds dumb. It's stupid.
I always thought it meant that I had to avoid cereal.
Same cholesterol, Kellogg's.
It's like, high cholesterol. And you're just like, I don't know about that. Because you got advertisements be like, watch your cholesterol. And you're just like, can I eat cereal? Can I not?
And then red blood cells that kind of look like Cheerios.
Yep.
It's so weird. And then, like, you'll see, like, the diagram of, like, the arteries being clogged up with plaque and stuff like that. And you just see the blood cells flowing slower.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's so weird. Like, as a kid, you don't think much about it. But watching this anime, it reminds me of those advertisements, but it puts it in a more understanding light. Yeah. Because seeing the blood cells as people, and we can more or less relate to how they feel.
Yeah.
Because we see their reactions in a humanoid way.
That almost reminds me back of, like, biology class back in middle school. Not middle school, but back in high school. Yeah. And, like, we would talk about, like, what each thing in the body, like, either it's a plant cell or an animal cell. And at those current point in times, I didn't know anything about the cells. Yeah. But then one of my professors was like, hey, think of it like this.
The nucleus is the brain.
It's like the brain. And then, like, sometimes they'd be like, the mitochondria is this. The cell wall, think of it like an actual wall. Like
or
a building.
Skin, yeah.
And then you're like, then you start picturing it differently. You start picturing it like it's actual city.
Yeah.
And, like, you have, your little cytoplasms who are kind of like the trunks. And then you're just like, oh, okay, and then you actually start picturing, oh snap, these are little humans running around in this certain thing, whether it's a plant or an animal.
That's basically what Cells at Work, the original, did for us, was more or less humanize what we've been taught, and making it a little bit more understandable for us to, like, really understand.
Yeah.
And you get it, you start to get it, you're like, dang, I really get it. And then Cells at Work Code Black is just like, so you remember everything that you learned? Good! Now destruction! And you're like, oh no.
Yep.
Some other scenes that really so this isn't a particular scene. It's more or less just
smoking is bad for your health. I just want to say that now.
The CO2, the carbon monoxide poisonings. Oh no.
Ruin your blood cells, man.
But so this is the overall feel of the entire series. Seeing everyone's struggle.
Oh yeah.
So
seeing how hard everyone's working, and them. It literally drove them insane.
Yeah, like, and especially, so I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. The fight against gout. Like, we see how, you know how whenever we get so stressed out, we reach a breaking point.
Yeah.
Where we either, like, just break down entirely and, like...
Either we break down physically or mentally, or you lash out at someone who doesn't actually deserve to be lashed out at. And,
you know, sometimes you just feel like you need to scream. Like, that's just how much stress you're put under.
Climb up to the top of this mountain you can just to scream your lungs out.
Exactly, because, you know, seeing these cells as people, you start to feel their stress building up, and they're like, you know, we just need a break, we're overworked, you know, you're working us too hard.
Yeah.
And that's how you really want to tell your boss. Like, that's that, but I'm putting that into the main character after what all he's been through, and he's told you still have to work.
Yeah.
You're still a working body. It really did put, like, it made me think about how my life is going right now, where it's just like, I want to focus on things, I want to do things differently, but I need a job so that I can pay for things. It's a scary reality to think about.
Yeah.
And seeing them just kind of like lash out against the body because we're working for you, but you're not caring for us.
Yeah.
Like, you feel that.
Oh, yeah.
You feel that so hard.
Yeah. And then it's just like when you feel that, you're just like, you want to take care of your own body, but then you're just like, seeing it from there, you're just like, you know, maybe I might want to start easing off the drinks a little bit. Maybe I want to, you know, put down the cigarettes for a little bit. You know, get my body in the right condition that it needs to be.
Do some exercises, help the blood flow a little bit better. Actually, don't sit down for too long periods of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Dang, this show really, both shows actually make you think.
But yeah, definitely. Like, Cells at Work, I'm not going to say Cells at Work, the original, was a bad show. It was not. It had merits of its own. It was mainly there to teach you about stuff. Cells at Work Code Black just made it a little bit more dramatized because we're looking at it from an unhealthy perspective, and it makes you think about what you're going through. And it shows us, like, a mini drama of this one particular cell.
Yeah.
Because we see what all he sees, what all he experiences, what all he goes through. I mean, heck, he loses a best friend.
That hurt.
So that is the one thing I can say about Cells at Work Code Black. How it differentiates itself from Cells at Work is at Cells at Work, we see the main character, she's pretty klutzy and ditzy and stuff like that. Yeah. She interacts with other people, but she technically doesn't have, like, a best friend that she can lean on. So it's more or less, here's her, here's White Blood Cell, these are their misadventures. Yeah. And her adventures with the other cells.
Yeah. And her learning about the different routes to the different organs in the body. Whereas, like, when you get Code Black, you actually get, hey, Glasses is our MC, Wandy is the friend.
And, like, and there's history.
You actually get to see the history between the two of them. Sometimes there's infighting between both of them.
There's infighting between both of them. He has pictures of them when they were younger, when he first became, like, a mature blood cell. Like, just making it more humanized and imagining all of this. Yeah. You're like, oh my, you feel something there. It just feels a lot more wow. Yeah. And then it just hurts a lot more, especially
because this all happened during the ulcer.
Yeah.
And
this was like the death of Blondie. Yeah. Was the thing that broke me down the most.
Oh yeah.
As I've mentioned before, I never thought I would cry. With a show like this, because this is just an educational show. It literally is just teaching you about the body. That is the premise of the show is we're teaching you about the body. Yeah. But no, it's more than that. You see a story, and then you just imagine you losing somebody.
Yeah, because like we are really good friends.
Yes.
And it's just the fact of seeing Glasses lose Blondie, and I'm like, you were so close. But I can understand. But then I put it into the situation of, oh snap, what if this was us? And I'm like, oh no, I don't think I can live any longer. And then I'm like, put that in reverse perspective. How are you gonna feel about that if I'm the one to go?
Exactly.
golly.
Like, I wouldn't want to go on. And basically, we feel that for that blood cell. But then you have to remember, this is a blood cell.
Yeah.
They're supposed to just carry oxygen throughout the body. Seeing it in such a humanized way, it's so weird. Literally, this felt like a shonen show. Mm-hmm. Each episode, you still learned about the body. There were still lessons, but they didn't feel like it how it felt like in Cells at Work 1, where it was just like childlike lessons. In this one, it's like, this is the harsh reality. Yeah. There's just so much. Like, I really do love this show. I still love Cells at Work.
Then you also got the cells, like, also doubting themselves, doing their own job, too. It's not just the blood cells. You also got red blood cell and white blood cell, and then you also got the liver and the macrophages and everything like that. And it's just like...
They're working, but for what purpose? Yeah. So, even though we make it seem like it's really, really sad, there is some comedy within the tragedy. Yeah. Specifically... with episode 3. So I will tell you, this particular part might make this episode of the podcast PG-13, because you have to be somewhat mature to really handle this. Episode 3 of Cells at Work Code Black was about an erection. Yep. What is the entire process of gaining an erection? And literally, episode 3 was Dick Jokes the episode.
You're not wrong, because
Some of my favorite lines... This is my one favorite line from that episode, when the white blood cell was talking to Glasses. Hey, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to the testes. Really? That's nuts! I don't know why. It makes me giggle every time.
And I'm sitting here thinking about it, because I watched it originally through the sub, in which you watched it through the dub.
Yeah, I watched it originally through the dub.
It's weird that we keep switching off from time to time.
Yeah, I originally was going to watch it in sub, but I'm so glad I watched it through dub.
Well, because like in the sub, they said the same exact thing, but I wasn't really, at that time, I was too much paying attention to everything around them that, the lines didn't actually click until I got to the point with 2 blood cells, and they're just like, I may have to censor this at some point in time throughout this episode. But it got to a point where 2 blood cells are like, you're not even a real man if you haven't had an erection before. And I'm like, what do you know?
It's just... there's a lot of comedy that goes into it. Yeah, there was a serious moment where we're like, oh no, ED, erectile dysfunction, that's a thing. That's an actual problem that some males have.
Yeah, it's just weird, because, like, you hear this stuff, and you're just like, first you don't really, like, you're not actually thinking about it. It goes over. But then you're just like, and then you actually sit here, and you mull it over, and you're like, huh, interesting. Like, seriously, interesting. The fact that you're learning about this stuff and you're just like, okay.
Okay. It's...
Oh, but then when it comes to actually taking out the freaking bacteria and the viruses, and this body has been through a lot. Because, you got our white blood cells and our macrophages going after everything. You got the killer T cells going after things.
Because, you don't think about it, but once you put so much stress on your body, it does break down your immune system. Yeah. So I've always joked around and said that when I was going through college, my body would not catch, I would do my best not to catch any sicknesses. Like, for some strange reason, my immune system was pretty good about me not getting sick during the semester, and I want to say it was the stress that kept it away, but after that, when I go on break, I would basically be dead for 3 days because all the sicknesses that was holding back, my immune system goes down because of the stress, and it's like, oh, guess what? All the sicknesses that you've been holding back coming at you at once. Yeah. I joke around.
Your white blood cells were working overtime.
Yeah, they were working overtime because I was stressed out so much. Now, I always joke about that, but this is what prolonged stress does to you. You get low white blood cell counts. For males specifically, your sperm count goes down because your body is putting more emphasis on the vital regions more than on the extra stuff that the body would consider this to be extra.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you know, like if you stay up for too long periods of time or you're too stressed out, your fingers will go numb.
Yeah. Yeah, that's happened before.
That's the thing.
There's been remember the hypothetical? Yeah. The staying up them late nights trying to render out videos and whatnot.
Yeah, the hypothetical situation.
Yeah, because like, sometimes even it's like with audio too, even though I'm trying to, now I'm a lot better with having a better sleep schedule. But like, I know what it feels like to have your fingers go numb when you're working on something, and you're just like, I can't feel my fingers, but I have to continue to type out this paper to get it done, and it's just like, that ain't right.
That ain't right, dude.
Because then you wake up the next morning and you're just like, oh, I felt that's nice, and then you're just like, why can't I feel anything? Because your fingers are still numb.
Yep. So, as I've mentioned, I've read the manga before I watched this anime, because the manga came out 2019.
Yeah.
And I read it when it first came out. There is a lot of differences between the manga
and the anime.
So first off, when I first read it, it was only the first 10 chapters were out. They've been releasing new chapters. I think it's still ongoing still with Sons of Red Code Black. So here are some major differences.
This is all from you.
Yeah.
The guru is out of this one. So go ahead.
Yeah, surprisingly, the one who usually reads the manga didn't read the manga this time. It was me, because I read it out of pure curiosity, because I like Cells at Work. So, I need to read the manga for Cells at Work. But anyway, sorry, to go back to this.
I need to find it.
Oh, I want physical copies. I know the side tangent. I'm a physical copy nerd. Like,
it's weird now, because now you go into physical copies, I get all digital since I got shown and jump.
I prefer more physical copies, because with looking at a screen for so long,
I feel better having the physical copy though,
because I like seeing my process, my progress.
And then if you want to go back and read it, you can.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for internet waiting for internet to pick up and stuff like that. You're like, oh, the internet is slow. No, there's none of that. But no, so the differences between the manga and the anime. A lot of events were actually switched around, and I think this was to bring up more character development, specifically for Blondie, Glasses' best friend.
Yeah.
Because I know why they did it. They wanted to add more emphasis, give more airtime for the best friend, so you could feel more of a connection between Blondie and Glasses. Like that was done on purpose. But so in the manga, Blondie dies like in chapter 8.
Yeah.
Chapter 6. And the events that happened before then, the only events that happened before then was red blood cell starts working, he meets his senpai, that stuff happens. The erection happened chapter 2. Sorry. So it's the introduction, drinking, the alcohol, erection, gonorrhea.
I think you said the energy drink came later.
Yeah, the energy drink came way, way later. The next thing that happened, actually, it probably was chapter 6 or 5. But the next thing that happened was the stomach ulcer, the friend dying, the thing with gout, the heart failure, heart revival, and then everything.
That was a little bit sad too.
And then everything going back to normal. All that happened in the first 10 chapters of the manga. As you can tell, the anime, a lot more stuff happened. So, in the manga, these are the events that happened after the friend died. The energy drinks and the nosebleeds happen, so all that, the friend becoming caffeinated and addicted to caffeine and stuff like that, that did not happen to Blondie. The kidney stones episode that happened in the anime happened way, way later in the manga. The sebum, the old people smell, basically the episode where they talked about ROS, reactive oxygen.
Yeah, that was when the oxygen kept bursting.
Yeah, the oxygen kept bursting. None of that happened with the best friend. The rookie graduation thing, that did not happen in the manga for the first 10 chapters from what I remember, from what I've reread.
Did the new rookies...
The new rookies was not a thing in the manga. That happened after the after the thing died. So that whole episode where we had the overthinking thing,
I
think that was a good inclusion into that. but I think it was done in a different way because this has happened after. Because I went back through the wiki and I read the chapters and how they came in order. So things that happened after chapter 10, I started reading and I saw that, so they still cover this, but in a later chapter. So I want to reread it and see how they did it there. I don't know if it's like him thinking about his friend and him getting sad and remembering to like calm down. Also, the blood clot episode did not happen in the manga. That happened after the friend died. So, like I said, they added a lot of events prior to the friend dying, and I think that's to bring more importance to the friend, and we can feel a closer connection between Blondie and Glasses.
Because the connection I had made earlier was like, it would just be weird if Blondie died at like episode 3, and you're just like,
you would feel no connection. Yeah,
there's no build-up.
If it was a straight 1-for-1 comparison, not comparison, adaptation. You're right. Thank you. Adaptation from the manga to the anime. Yeah. You would have been like, what? So I was supposed to feel something. Sorry, I don't. It's so interesting, and I want to say, I don't know, because I need to read through the rest of the manga. But I want to say a blood transplant wasn't a thing that happened. But it might have been. It would make sense because...
It would make sense as to why now our red blood cell, his trainee, and our white blood cell are now in a new body.
Yeah, because...
I thought the way how it was going to go was that like, we finally fixed the body. It's finally gone back to being normal. Now we can actually do a new videotape.
So in the manga, the ending was completely different. And
I guess to add more suspense to the fire, like it was kind of necessary for that thing to happen.
And I want to say that I was still continuing reading the wiki before I came here to record today, and there's a lot more stuff that happens. So there's like a person goes through a stroke. I think our main character goes through that. There's a lot more that happens. It is horrific, and I want to read it to see what happens. But I don't know if it's all in the same body or if there is a blood transplant that happens and it happens in a different body. I will find out when I continue to read the manga.
Cool.
But yeah, I just wanted to show you that there was a difference. So I know that we kind of been doing this already, but let's do a comparison from this to the original Cells at Work Black. What are some differences you feel like need to be said?
White blood cell and Cells at Work Code Black is female.
We're not gonna do the characters are different. No.
That's the only thing. But I will say, I was gonna say, White blood cell and Code Black is best waifu.
Please, no, stop. I hate it because you wanna know why?
Why?
White blood cell from original Cells at Work is husbando. He is husband material.
Is it weird the fact that people are now shipping blood cells together? It's weird because it's blood cells.
When you think about it, they're all blood cells. But people are like, I ship it, and I'm like, but they're blood cells. They're not actually human.
No, these are two different humans. I would totally ship them together, but they're not.
They're blood cells. Oh my god.
Is there anything you think you need to mention?
Yes. I will go to the serious side of this comparison.
Go ahead.
So, as you can tell, Cells at Work, the original, was all about learning the functions.
More educational value than anything else.
Yes. It was more of a focus on education.
Yeah.
Cells at Work Code Black was a more character focused anime. Despite the characters, it's still
more character and more plot focused.
Yeah, more character, because in Cells at Work, the original, the things that happened per episode stayed within that realm of the episode.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't really hear much mention of one thing happening in one episode and having it spill over into another episode. What I mean by this, in case I'm not making my case clear, Cells at Work Code Black. In the first episode, we see the arteries getting clogged up, and there's plaque filling up, and then we see carbon monoxide poisoning and stuff like that. So that happens again in a different episode, but also all throughout the series, up until the guy becomes cleaner and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We see plaque in the arteries. As an always thing, it's a subtle reminder that this guy has plaque buildup in his arteries. It's not just singled out to a single episode. Also, we see the cells' stress levels rise per episode. They mention of things happening in prior episodes. I joke about episode 3 being the erection episode, but it's mentioned again later on in the series where they talk about sorry, my brain. Okay, cool. Sorry, I remembered. They talk about Morningwood, and they was like, remember, Glasses mentions to his senpai, there hasn't been another erection lately, and the senpai said, yeah, I remember when it used to happen every morning.
Yeah.
And that's when they talked about Morningwood. And it's really interesting because, in Cells at Work, and the original Cells at Work, everything was just episodic. We had the cancer episode. He wasn't mentioned in any other episodes after that. We had the bacteria that came in at episode 1. They weren't mentioned anymore and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's just, they stayed in their specific episode. Yeah. While in Cells at Work Code Black,
everything kind of carries over.
Everything carries over. It's more dramatic. It actually feels like a show. And what I mean by this...
Platelets are serious.
Yeah, I'm about to say. What I mean by how it feels like a show, Cells at Work Code Black is more like My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
And it's just so strange to say because these characters don't have names.
True, but I will say, our white blood... Okay, I shouldn't say our white blood cells. Those white blood cells, when it came to gout, they got the M16s.
Oh, yeah. Dude, they bring out the heavy weapons. I'm like...
You got one blood cell, sitting on top of a building with a sniper rifle, dang.
What is happening? They bring out rocket launchers, and you're just like, what in the world? That made me laugh. It's because... Gout is an overreaction of your body to crystalline build up in your joints, specifically in ball and joint areas. Yeah. So it's basically how your body reacts whenever you have allergies. Mm-hmm. People who sneeze a lot, not sneeze a lot. Okay, so me, I'm allergic to tree pollen and stuff like that. Whenever spring comes around, I get disgusting. I sneeze a lot. My nose become runny. My eyes get puffy. That's my body's overreaction to pollen because they think it's very, very dangerous when it's just pollen.
To you, it's just pollen.
Yeah.
But to the body, it's like, oh no, it ain't. It's another virus coming in.
It's kind of like how with my mother, she's allergic to wasps, bees, and active fungi. And if any of those particles become near her or she gets stung by a bee or a wasp, her body reacts in a way that it overreacts and it basically can kill her because she has anaphylactic reactions, which causes her throat to swell up and swell shut, causing her to stop breathing. It can be dangerous for some people.
Yeah.
So, people with peanut allergies, they deal with that too and stuff like that. Basically, what I'm getting at is that whole thing with gout, it's just your body overreacting. It's like, it's a foreign substance. No, it's not.
And even when the body was just like, oh, snap, we were the ones who created this. So, yeah.
It's hilarious when you think about it, but really sad when you think about it in the scope of that episode.
Yeah.
Because you feel everyone's like, this is how bad the body got. Mm-hmm. Like, what? But no, I really like this anime adaptation. I guess to leave it off of a more cheerful note,
go watch Cells at Work Code Black.
Go watch Cells at Work Code Black. But before we go to that, let's talk about our favorite characters, specifically from Cells at Work Code Black. So who would you say your favorite character was?
I did like Glasses, but I also liked White Blood, not white hair white blood cell.
You're not talking about Mrs. White Blood Cell.
I'm talking about blue hair white blood cell.
Oh my god, the very snippy one.
Kind of liked her.
For me, I would say it's a tie between. I like Mrs. White Blood Cell because she's so freaking cool. I also like Glasses, but other than the main protagonists, I really, really like the Liver Blood Cell. the main one, because she's a strong lady.
Yeah.
She is strong. She goes through all of that. And the only time we see her break down is when, towards the end, where everything is like breaking down.
Oh, I also felt bad when it came to Granny. Like, I felt bad for her, cause like she's like, you are part of the liver. You sit here.
Oh, with the kidneys.
The kidneys, and she's like, we are a silent organ, and like she's trying to keep everyone in line. And then a germ jumps up and then is about to attack, one of the kidneys, and then Granny jumps in the way and takes the hit. And I'm like, Granny, you okay? Granny over here, she's like, you are a silent organ. I was like, you better stop that. Give me some hope.
But she shows that, like, she really does care.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no!
And then, like, Glasses, he had some major character development. Because he was like, because even, like, the kidneys were like, oh, we'll come and help you. And he's like, no, you need time to breathe.
I would say that's also another difference. The beginning red blood cell from Cells at Work, the original, she doesn't go through much of a change. She has sort of like a major change when it
more
came
toward like the later half of it, because like it's like during the cancer cell, and then it was like when the body was experiencing hypothermia.
It wasn't hypothermia, it was when the body was bleeding out and stuff like that, and there was less blood cells. Like during those two episodes specifically, we see a more serious side of her where she goes back to being the klutzy red blood cell that she's always been. In Cells at Work Code Black, we see an amateur klutzy Cells at Work red blood cell to a very mature war grieving red blood cell who's gone through major. He doesn't make mistakes anymore. He takes his job very seriously. But we see like a very mature red blood cell at the end. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Sorry about that long tangent, guys. I know this might have been like a weird episode for y'all, but so would we recommend this anime to y'all? Yes, definitely. You don't have to watch Red Blood Cell. You don't have to watch the original Cells at Work to enjoy Cells at Work Code Black, but it's nice to see the difference between the two. Yeah. So, anything else?
I don't know about season 2. I might have to look at season 2 though.
Season 2, Cells at Work? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that was a thing. I need to watch it. But also, apparently, they're making a Cells at Work baby and a Cells at Work female.
Okay. I don't know how to. You know what? We're just gonna.
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm probably gonna watch it, but like, you know what? We'll come back to that.
We're gonna put a pin on that. Anyway, guys. Thank you all for listening.
And we hope you have enjoyed visiting
the Underground Geek Shack. Bye, guys.
See ya.